demonstrate how a third-party application can update a status on a record in ServiceNow. And this is by having that third-party application pushing the update to ServiceNow. And in that case, we use a flow designer, REST API trigger. So what I want to demonstrate is that table, it's a fake data. It's just the demo data I just created. Don't worry about the sensitivity of the data. This is just me who created this. I have this employee banking information, and it says validated is true. And say you have some kind of, we have Workday or another system that is terminating that user in another system, and we want to flag this as false. So the way I can demonstrate this is using Postman. It's a tool to interact with APIs. So any third-party application that's going to talk to ServiceNow is going to work the same. You have an API, a REST API URL, and the body that's contain the parameter. This I'm going to send this update to ServiceNow. I'm using a workflow for that. So the workflow has an API, and then the third-party application is calling that specific API to push the update. There's many different ways of doing this. So as soon as I click send, this is going to return me some kind of execution ID. This is the execution ID of the workflow on the platform. So here I'm showing an external system pushing an update to a record in ServiceNow. And now if I click, if I refresh that list, it should be shown as false, that last record. Yeah, see, it shows false. And if we want to see the execution, I go to my flow. So see the workflow as a REST API trigger, and I've just put simple condition. If the API, if the REST API call contain, for that user, contain the value status false, and then I want to update that record, and we can see that actual execution record that we've just ran. If I click on operation, you're gonna see just the tracking of that update. So that shows that everything is tracked on the platform. So here we can see the execution, that call from the third-party API, and the specific parameter that was the parameters that was passed from the API to ServiceNow. I hope that useful. Thank you.